live?
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. I know you haven't heard from me in a while. I've been busy. I hope everybody's doing good. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. And let's get to smoking.
Oh.
I'm trying to get
Oh.
I'll take it if you want the lighter. No, I don't need it. You already lit it.
Everyone went back in here.
Oh boy. Yesterday was a nightmare. Yeah, yesterday was a nightmare for me. I had
Turn it down.
I had a little bit of a flooded basement. It wasn't deep, but it was stopped up.
From what? From what?
From the storm the other day. What do they call it? The blowout? The blowout one had backed up. It was like concrete. The blood and all that shit didn't make no difference, so I had to call in a professional, which means $300. Hopefully, good thing my brother helped out, so, well, my one brother. The other one, he never helped out.
Can he?
Huh?
Can he?
What do you mean candy?
Does he have anything to help with?
He got 2 arms and 2 legs, don't he?
I guess so. That's fine. He's got 2 arms, does he? Jesus Christ, you sound old when you said that.
Well, I mean, it's true. I'm speaking truth. And I am old. What are you talking about? I sound old. What am I supposed to sound like? I'm 40?
I guess. I don't know what a 40-year-old sounds like.
I think I'm a pretty liberal 75-year-old guy. I'm pretty open-minded. I don't mind people doing their thing, so long as they're not hurting nobody else. They can do whatever the fuck they want to do. Hey, what's up, him? Him, dog. And Dean. Morning, brothers. You know, it was over on Sunday. We do our Sunday guitar bass thing on Sundays. It's been coming out, it's been improving too, you know. Considering neither one of us, well, Henry's got more knowledge than I do. But,
You mean knowledge?
he knows chords and all that shit.
Oh.
I don't know that stuff. I play by ear. He's trying to teach me that shit. I think I have a learning deficit.
Disability?
Yeah.
No. Probably not.
He said probably not. But yeah. It's not like the old days when we used to smoke together. He can't smoke. He can do edibles and stuff, you know. But he can't smoke anymore. But we used to smoke him down back in the day.
No way.
Way.
Rudy smoking weed?
Way.
Rudy's friend smoking weed?
Way. Man, we lived on San Juan, and it was the party house, dude. If you want to smoke weed and party, that's where you came.
So, Judd has a piece of property that's on that he's about to get back because the people never fucking. It's like a apartment building he sold on a land contract,
Okay.
and they never bought it.
How many apartments is it?
I don't know. It's down Michigan Avenue, Michigan and Livernois.
Oh, okay.
It's an old apartment,
Yeah.
like old.
Yeah.
It's the only thing still there. Like there's not empty lots around it.
There are empty lots around it? That's
We bought
good.
the gas station that was next to it. The gas station lot that was next to it. So I guess there's a guy there now, because they're getting it back on foreclosure.
Okay.
Because it was a balloon payment type situation,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
and the guy's not.
I
paying.
can't make the balloon.
So they're just gonna fucking foreclose. And they're getting it back, but they're getting that property back too. And I guess there's a Mexican truck that's permanently on that property selling stuff. Mexican
A
food.
truck?
Yeah.
Food truck, yeah. There's 2 or 3 of them down there. In fact, that service station right on the corner of Michigan and Illinois, that service station sells Mexican, they got a whole, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just north of Mexican town.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's more about the food truck.
Okay.
It's permanent, it's like sitting there, he goes, well, Chuck wants to know if he buys you a food truck and puts it on, you know, would you want to run it on that spot? And it's like,
You mean you do it running on that spot?
yeah, get it, he helped invest in a food truck, use a food truck in that area.
It's not a bad area to use it in.
Is it?
Well, I mean, you want more than one person on the truck. Maybe one security guy.
Well, there's more fucking, that's the thing. It can have up to 10, like, it's a big lot that's empty.
So you can put more trucks on
You
it.
could, there's already one Mexican truck there that's paying rent.
Mhm.
So, I'm thinking, if they get I think they should get a shipping container
Okay.
and build a shipping container building, just a small one as a base,
Yeah.
where you can do pop-up restaurant out of that. And then you add in all the different seating that you're gonna have. And then you fence it in.
That sounds like a good idea to me.
You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
way, there's some security for people that wanna bring their trucks down on the weekend, but only wanna be there for the weekend.
Yeah.
And it also gives you an option, like the place to store food if people need to, stuff like that. Or
Yeah, have a
plug
container
into-
there.
Have a container there so you can plug your truck into it too.
Yeah, yeah. That'd be a base.
It's the base of the whole thing.
Yeah.
You make it an actual food truck spot, like design it as a food truck spot, build it out as a food truck spot, which is kind of what I want to do.
And this food truck's up and down Michigan. It's the one that's right across from that Tellway hamburger place.
I don't know. I've never been down Michigan.
But there's a Mexican supermarket. It's got a big parking lot, and there's a food truck.
How far away is that from?
Where you talking about?
Like in between, because that's
12,
you're
maybe
talking,
10 or 12, maybe 12 blocks.
because you're talking Trumbull's here, Michigan Avenue's here.
You're talking about by Trumbull?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Livernois is here.
Right.
Trumbull's here.
All right.
In the grand scheme of things, Detroit's here, correct? So where you're talking in here,
Where's Livernois?
up here.
Past Livernois,
Oh.
about 3 blocks.
Okay, so
Well, maybe 5 blocks.
actually I've not been past. Like, I've been in that area.
Between Livernois and Wyoming.
Okay. That don't mean much.
There's a
I'm not
couple of-
saying that don't mean much.
Okay.
I've been on Michigan Avenue.
Well, you know where Livernois
a handful of
is.
times. Yes, I know where Livernois
The
is.
next main street after Livernois is Main Street is Wyoming.
Okay.
That food truck is in between there, but closer to Livernois. But a lot of people are used to food trucks and Mexican food, or food period down in that area. There's a lot of food places. The Hams guy, there's a guy that does
Well, he says they're building new buildings down there.
all over Detroit they're doing that.
I know, and it's getting out to that point, so it's not a bad spot to do it. It's just a matter of,
And I'll be honest with you, the neighborhoods around there really aren't that bad either. It's one of those neighborhoods where it's like Mexicans that take care of their property and, you know, keep it in good. No, you know what I mean? It's not like a.
I know, just the way you said it though.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're Mexicans.
So, you could have just said people.
No, I couldn't.
I mean,
I have to identify what I'm
like-
talking about.
no you don't. That's the thing. People are people. Why does he have to be Mexican? He could have just been a person. Like Justin.
Because that area is predominantly Mexican, or Hispanic, I should say.
I know, but that's irrelevant to the situation.
No, it's not. Not to a Hispanic, it's not irrelevant. They want to be, you know, they want to be recognized. They want to be recognized.
I understand.
And that's all I'm doing
But
is
that's what the
recognizing
white people were doing, and we can't keep doing that. We have to start looking at people as what they are, because the reality is,
Last time I checked, I wasn't white.
No, I get that. My point is we can't do what the white people did. We have to stop pretending that there's a fucking difference between me and you because you're black and I'm white.
That's true. That's what we have to do, but that's not the world we live in.
I understand that.
So what I'm saying is, at the same time, you should recognize that. At the same time, you should understand that some people have heritage in their.
Hold on. We're not talking about that.
That's what
we're talking about is you just told me a story.
Right.
And the story had nothing to do with the fact that they were Mexican. There was no relevance in it at all. It doesn't matter to me if it's a nice neighborhood and it's black people, a nice neighborhood and a bunch of white people, or a nice neighborhood and a bunch of Chinese people. To me, it's just a nice neighborhood. My point is we have to stop taking the rest of the world, most of the world, from what I understand, they have countries involved, but race is not a thing because it's just not. It's not a thing in the sense that.
What do you mean race?
I'm talking like if you go to.
I'm not speaking to. When I say Mexicans, I'm not speaking of a race.
Here you are.
No, I'm not. I'm speaking of indigenous people. They have pride.
I mean, they're not technically indigenous either. They're fucking from Spain. No one technically is indigenous, minus the Native Americans.
When the Spanish came here, there were people already here.
I understand that.
They're what you call indigenous.
But those people are mostly gone, and most of the people that took over are the Spanish. There's not a bunch of fucking Incans laying around anymore. They're all gone. They died from the fucking diseases.
Yeah, that's true.
So the few that are left mingled and mixed with the Spaniards and became the Mexican race.
No, you're wrong. The reason why Spaniards are even involved, period, is because they came and took their land and ran them off and killed them.
Point.
They're not Spanish. They just speak Spanish.
Hold on.
Their heritage is not Spanish.
We're talking 6 generations ago. By this point,
or longer.
It's been 6 generations since the Spaniards came.
Okay, but what I'm saying is indigenous people were already here.
I understand
when
that.
they came.
And my point is that 90 to 95% of the indigenous people died. Don't exist anymore at all. I don't think Mexicans are indigenous people. They're literally people of the mix of indigenous and Spaniards. They're not.
No.
Okay.
There wasn't that many Spaniards, man.
Yeah, there was. And there wasn't that many people left.
Later on, there might have been a few. But they were conquerors. They didn't bring a whole nation of people with them when they came.
They brought people.
They were just, maybe a few thousand.
And took it over and became the.
And I don't know how much mixing Spanish and the indigenous people really did that wasn't forced upon them. You understand? They raped the women.
That's fine. That's irrelevant to the point.
No, it's not.
The point is that they're a mixture.
You're saying that I shouldn't refer to certain people in a certain way, right?
No. I'm saying when you're telling a story, one of the ways we can take race out of the situation, as you're telling a story, be conscious not to, when it doesn't call for it.
So if there's a bad area, I'm not supposed to say that's not a good area.
No. You can say it's a good area, but what you're not supposed to say, it's a bad area where a bunch of Mexicans live. You say it's just a bad area. Again, if you go to certain trailer parks in the north, they're not fucking nice. You don't want to be there. There's some trailer parks in the north where if you end up in there, you're probably going to get fucked with. They're going to fuck with you. They're going to be dicks. There's problems. It's not a nice area. You wouldn't want to live there. But you're not going to go, that's just it's a ghetto of white people.
I would say that, because that's what it is.
But it isn't. It's not just white people in there. It's a bunch of people. Because the reality is, in Saginaw and Flint, there's black people, Mexicans, and Puerto Ricans, and everyone else too.
Oh, see, that's different. The Americans are melting pot, so that's a different.
That's my point. We're a melting pot. It doesn't matter what race you are.
It does. People have heritage. People.
Hold on. Heritage is different than race. The color of your skin is what I'm talking about. The color of your skin is irrelevant. Now, if you want to say,
yes,
because again, you can be a white dude who's from South Africa, and you can be like, I love South Africa. My heritage is South Africa. My family was born and raised there. A whiter guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because again, I could literally.
And why is that?
Why what?
Why is it like that?
Why is it like what?
Because Dutch, Germans came down, am I right or am I wrong? And took it over. That's the only reason why they're even in the mix. They weren't born there.
Good point. Let's not go with Africa. But again, it doesn't matter. Someone could be, yeah, hold on. Yes, but there are people born there now, generations later.
Yes. What's up, Mike?
Who have lived their whole life and had grandparents who lived there their whole life. So they're South
Wait a
African.
minute, what does Dean say here?
What?
I'm not white, I'm green.
Uh-huh.
Good, that was a good one, Dean. That was a good one, I like that.
I know it's relevant in the situation of this where we are right now.
Because if you went to...
Because if we're standing next to each other and we're in a situation, there's a cop or there's other situations of power, I'm in a better situation than you are. I'm not admitting that that's not happening. I'm saying we have to get people
I
to
know exactly, yeah.
I want people to stop
Me
looking
too.
at it, not because I feel like I shouldn't be criticized for what I did.
I understand you completely, and that's what I want too, but that's not what we have.
I understand that, but one of the ways you do things is the only way you fix things is if you
It's
actually
changing them.
start doing it.
Start
And
changing.
one of the things I'm trying to do is every time I'm telling the story, I try to be conscious of not saying it was a black lady, because it doesn't matter if it was a black lady or a white lady, unless it was a situation where I'm like, there was a black lady and a white lady.
You're being
and
very
cop-
unrealistic.
And the cop was like doing something.
You're being very unrealistic.
How?
What do you mean how? How are you going to take that out of the mix when it's
Hold on.
ingrained in
When
this?
I'm telling you a story, and I'm again,
Okay.
hold on, you're right. It's not realistic that everything's going to change. It's only realistic that I can change myself,
Right.
and I can change
And
people.
hope that you can change people around you.
Exactly. And one of the ways I do that is when I tell stories,
Like through that medium.
I try not to fucking bring race involved unless it's actually relevant. Unless it's a situation where it's like, you get what I'm saying, where something happened to somebody because of the color of their skin.
Listen to this. If that was something that went on, then black people would never get any recognition for shit that they did.
Hold
You
on.
understand what I'm saying?
No.
Or anybody,
I think,
any race.
I think if white people back in the day didn't look at black people as non-human, then everyone would just get right. The point is that we have to look at each other. We're all fucking human.
Right.
And we have to figure out a way to make it so that everyone knows that, hey, we're on this together. We're not like, you're not a fucking bear. You're not a lion. You're not going to do that. We're all the same fucking thing. And we're all trying to just survive.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. The system wants to divide.
I understand that.
Yeah, you know
we have
that.
to change the system.
You know that. That's the whole point, man, because, you know, as much as I try to be fair and objective about different people and their customs and styles, I can only walk and live in my shoes.
Yeah, I understand that. And
what you're saying is sweet, but coming from a black perspective,
it's hard to realize.
yes, and it's things that need to be done for us because of what went on. That oh man, this new Republican Party. Whoa.
Oh, I'm not saying that you shouldn't call out people for what they are. But I
understand. No, I understand what you're
I'm
saying.
trying to-
I wish we didn't have Italian Americans, Greek Americans, Afro. I would be
There's
just
no reason.
all American.
We're just American.
I agree with you 100%.
And even then, no, fuck the America thing.
You're right.
Fuck all of it.
Just people.
We're all fucking humans.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you're born on this piece of soil or the soil
Or
over there.
over here.
What you do on this soil affects the soil over there at some point. It's just how it works.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
So
buddy.
if you live a world, that's where like, I don't know, I don't know if our system's gonna keep, like, one of two things is gonna happen. We're gonna go our way, and we're gonna end up fucking Mad Max style, where there's no resources and we basically just killed the fucking planet. Or we're going to go a better version of the Chinese way, to where everyone realizes that we're all in it together, and you have to invest in the bottom in order to fucking.
I'll tell you like Dave Chappelle says.
Yeah, I know it's not gonna happen, but
Everybody in America is, we're all mixed up, different races and shit, you know. but everybody in China is Chinese.
Yeah.
You get the point he's making?
No, but they're not. That's the fucking problem. You literally just did something that someone else does. A racist person does. They're not fucking all Chinese. They're a bunch of different sects of people who are all brought together.
Yes, but
they all look the similar.
That's what he's saying. Everybody over there is born with dark hair. You understand what I'm saying? They have a look of their own. So it's not. They might be broke up in different ways, but it's not by your upbringing.
No, that's not my point. My point is China is a giant fucking place that literally was like Detroit, for example, which was this little speck right here and became all of it. It absorbed all these different little suburbs and little cities and little things that were on its way out, and they all became Detroit. That's what China did. And there's a bunch of people who look, I mean, they consider themselves Chinese, but it's not, they don't all look the same. And
they do all look the same.
No, they don't. To you, they do.
Yes.
To you, just like...
What do you call that when a country is comprised of just one type?
No,
it's a name for that. I can't, it'll come to me.
What
I'm saying is...
Japan is 99% specific people who are born there. They have heritage there. Like most of the people in Japan are Japanese.
And they all have the same basic complexion and hair color. That's all I'm saying.
I understand that.
Where in Africa, you have a whole range of colors, a whole range of hairstyles. In America, a whole range of this, and a whole range of that. So it's easier to separate people when it's like that. But when everybody looks alike, they have a whole different perspective on life. And you know China will not be the most populated country.
No, it's going to be India.
Coming in August.
Yeah, India.
Yep.
India's going to take over the world.
Huh?
India's going to take over the world.
Oh yeah, and nothing, they're real high tech in India.
Yeah.
I mean, they're real high tech.
You want to live in a caste system?
No. Well, in a sense, we do live in one.
Yeah, we do. We have one that pretends to be something else.
Yeah. It's basically the same shit, just turned upside down.
No, not turned upside down. It's the same shit hidden as something. Because the caste system is blatant. Like it's part of the system. They know it's there. Here, it's a caste system that's hidden under the fucking system.
I did a whole lot of research on India. Man, India's the most bizarre nation on earth.
Because it wasn't one fucking nation until white people said, hey, make you.
They did the same thing in Africa. They did the same thing in South America.
Everywhere.
Actually, it was the Catholic Church more than anything else.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I've done research on this shit.
Yeah.
But the Catholic Church is behind almost all of that shit.
Yeah, you know I'm not...
They financed the shit, you know what I mean? They told them, well, if they will not comply, just kill them. Catholic Church killed over 80 million native people in the world. Over 80 million.
Yeah. If you don't do it, they just murder them.
And they've never apologized for that shit. They've never given back shit that they stole from all those countries. The Catholic Church is one of the most evil fucking establishments there are, man. And they just got tons of money.
I hope that's one of the first things to fall.
Me too.
Like, I would not be...
But they have brainwashed so many people in the world,
No, it's changing though. The world is changing to the point where people are not... For one, there's more Muslims than there are Christians. By a lot.
Is it?
Yeah. There's like 2 billion Muslims.
Okay.
There's not even a billion...
I ain't going crazy about that either.
No, I ain't either, but...
But it's also, I understand what
there's
you're saying.
also like a billion Hindu too.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, those two are the ones that are the top. And then you got China, which is Zen. So it's more like a Buddhist type. Which is basically atheist, in a sense.
Yeah, basically.
So you have and it's just, who knows what's going to win. Because again, Hinduism is one of those things that's a tradition-based religion more than a God-based religion.
Well,
Yeah. Each one comes from
Kinda.
different sects of the country.
Yeah,
And
kinda.
they're all different people, and what I believe they are just stories that have been told, like the Bible is. The difference is the Bible is like, it's put together as this like
Oh, the Bible.
word from God, where this stuff is like actual like
Well, they have-
conversations.
They have lots of different gods. But, yeah, the Bible and all that.
Yeah, that's my point. And then
The Bible's been fucked with so much, you know,
well,
you
the
can't.
Bible's just there to control people.
Yeah.
It was to control the people who couldn't
Yeah.
read. Because once you could read it, you're like, wait, what?
What? Yeah, right. No, get the fuck out of here.
Some people read it and go, oh my God, this is the greatest thing I ever read. That's the crazy part. I get it. People are different. I'm not saying that it can be done, but I'm saying that there's one thing I can do, and it's stupid and it's not even fucking relevant, but I try to do it just because I feel like
No, I understand.
if I can take that out of the conversation,
I wish
then I
every-
feel like people will get the recognition they deserve.
I wish everybody felt like
Because
that.
that's why Clarence Thomas is flipped on fucking affirmative action. No, that's why he flipped, because when he was at Stanford, or wherever fucking Princeton, Yale, whatever he was, he felt like everyone judged him. Because he was one of the first people to actually receive it, like to get in because of it. So in his mind, they were basically thinking that the only reason he got in is because he was black.
He's a snake in all his
I
world.
understand that.
No, I know what you're saying.
But that's what happened to him, and again, it's kind of, I can kind of understand where he's coming from now if I see how the world was treating him. But at the same time, when I hear him talk, I go, "You're a fucking."
I don't give a fuck what the world did to him.
Yeah, I know.
He's an idiot.
Yeah, he's basically done
He's a
everything.
turncoat.
Yeah, he only did everything he needed to get his dick sucked.
He's an Uncle Tom.
And the white lady only sucks a black dick if it's a guy who's got money, especially that white lady.
Oh yeah, of course.
That white lady comes from money. You know what I'm saying? Southern money, I'm assuming.
I don't know. I know she comes from money.
You know what I'm saying?
She's
I'm
never
assuming.
wanted. She's never wanted for nothing.
No, that's my point. And that person doesn't marry a black man unless it's a black man that's fucking super educated and has power.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, especially back then. We're not talking now.
Yeah.
Now it's different.
Yeah.
This dude's fucking from at least your age. He's older than you. So it's a different time.
Is he older than me?
I think so.
If he is, it's
Not
only by
by-
a year,
yeah.
maybe a year.
Yeah, it's like
He might be 76 now, and I think I'll be
Yeah.
75. And
So he's like, that's my point. So back then it's a different situation.
But he grew up the same time I did.
I understand that, but different.
No, the point. Yeah, that's the point I'm
He
making.
went to college, and again, in his college, he felt like people were treating him, and they were.
They
because
were.
They were fucking racist pieces of
They
shit.
were, but that's no excuse for some of the stuff he has.
I
done.
know. He doesn't understand that it's not, he didn't get the job because he didn't get the schooling because he was black. He got into schooling because his grades were good enough. If further education didn't happen, he doesn't get in at all because they're
No.
like, you're just black.
He wouldn't have got in, period.
Yeah. He doesn't
A lot
correlate
of
that.
people, a lot
in
of
his
people
head.
wouldn't have got in that are great and famous.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but he doesn't correlate that in his head. In his head, it's, oh, they just look at me. And they do. That's what they're telling you. But if you're listening to them going, yeah, you guys are my friends.
And that's only one thing that he's concerned with.
Yeah.
The Almighty God.
Yeah.
That's all the fuck he's concerned with.
Yeah, power.
Would he get
No,
for free?
it's power now.
Well, it's been power all along.
Yeah,
But-
power. Because he's had money for years.
But believe me,
Shit.
his power is not as great as the white men on the Supreme
Oh,
Court.
no, no.
Because let me explain something to you. They basically tell him how to vote. Believe me when I tell you. They're telling him how
I
to
don't even
vote.
think they have to. I think he's worse than,
Well, they're making sure he votes.
I think he's
yeah,
worse than the new one.
You know what? He's been so indoctrinated. Are we done?
No, we're done.
No.
So the 3 new ones, I honestly think that he's worse than them. 'Cause
Yeah, he is.
they're not as...
Look, that Anita Hill,
Yeah.
she told the truth about him,
I know.
and all them and Biden was one of them too. That turned his back on that girl. I don't have no love for Biden. I have even less love for Trump.
Yeah, I know.
And
All
those are the two choices we have.
30 minutes. Holy shit, I didn't mean to do that.